Well, hello and good morning. My name is Kieron Seamons and this is my inky world. And this channel runs on art sales, donations, and love. So if you'd like to donate, if you'd like to buy some artwork, or you'd just like to send me some love on a comment, wonderful. So I just want to share that we are now on 48,033 views in the last 28 days. So thank you very, very, very much. That is amazing. But today we're going to get on with some little doodles. Let's do some. Well, good morning. I have been spending my week basically doing lots and lots of small artwork. It seems like mini artwork has become extremely loved. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm slightly baffled by tiny art, but I've been doing a whole kind of batch load. Baby dancing birds, hugging ghosts, lots of dancing birds because dancing birds seem to be so popular. A little waving dog. I've done a little king. Done a happy pig. And I've just started to doodle up loads more. I've been doing some. You can see the size difference here. It's like that's the ACEOs, which are tiny, and then an A5 is that one. I did this kind of Dracula character. I thought it was lovely. Really liked that one. But that's only an A5. It's only a tiny little thing. Half of an A4 for those that don't know. And I thought it was just lovely. I loved it. But the ACEOs, as I wave my little thing, there you go. And they've all been quite kind of special. I've been doing dancing cats. I've been doing a man with a hole through him that's been shot. I've done a fat snake. Done a chicken. Chickens are really popular. I've done bees and more birds and kind of Halloweeny type stuff and pigs and what's underneath? Oh, that's that one. And kissing people and pretty ladies, horses, more kind of Halloweeny stuff. I guess it's kind of Halloweeny stuff. Rude cats. Dogs are really popular as well. I've got the fake ghost, which I haven't finished painting. Lots of ghosts, lots and lots of ghosts. People are requesting ghosts. Even a witch. Yeah, just loads of them. And some of them I'm still waiting to finish off, which I like the goofy ghost, a goofy angel. Yeah, I mean there's loads of great stuff coming. I'm having work done at the moment, so you can hear a little bit of a drilling in the background. Apologies for that, but things I gotta get done. So I thought I'd draw up something for you this morning, just to kind of tag in a little bit with it, because people have been asking about the process. The process is exactly the same, and to be very, very honest, it's almost the same amount of energy that goes into a tiny little drawing as it does that goes into a large kind of A4 or bigger. It just is that. That's just a simple fact. There's a lot of energy that goes into doing any type of artwork. So if you like the size small, that's just a preference. It's just what you enjoy. I'm going to do a little whatever it is, A5, and I'm just going to draw up something. I don't quite know what. I've got a few there that I need to finish. But people have been wonderful, to be honest. All the people that have bought over the last week have been just amazing, because all that money goes back into ink and paper. I won't be flying off to a holiday in Spain or anything. It's just basically ink and paper and a bit of paint. So I've got a few little ones there. Maybe I could start off with a little one. I'll try and do a couple over this. There's a nice painted shape there. Sometimes I just like to take a drawing from a different angle. Sometimes I like to take it and just kind of see where it will take me. So I'm just going to draw. Hopefully I won't get in the way of the camera. Sometimes I just like to see what the shape gives me. What when I look at that shape, what do I see? And I've done a few. Sometimes I will start that way. Sometimes I will start with straight ink. It just depends how I'm feeling at the time. But I do like to, in a way, it's kind of relaxing almost, because I do find that I'm just sitting and doodling, and it's a great way to kind of come up with. He kind of looks very dog-like, doesn't he? It does kind of come up as being very relaxing, it's like. And it is quite a beautiful process, just to do something that's kind of very free flowing. I mean, the whole kind of process of this is just to let your mind relax and draw. But what about that 48,000? We've almost hit that 50,000. So I really want to give it a big push. I'm not quite sure what has happened this week for everything to kind of jump like that, but I'm very happy it did. Sometimes you're kind of like in this little world of your own, and you do kind of get a little bit lost sometimes. So, and this is how I've been approaching the little drawings. Just trying to come up with different shapes more than anything. But 48,000, I do know that I posted quite a few of the speed drawings, and I do know that modern people are very taken by the speed drawing. I mean, it's great, but it lasts 20 seconds, So you don't really see much of the interaction between you and me. We're on English tea this morning, if anybody's asking. So it's kind of like the speed drawings have almost kind of become like an advert for the channel, in a strange way, because the channel is kind of slow and chatty like this, whereas the speed drawings are kind of like there to kind of grab you, like some kind of advert for the channel. As I said, it is an advert. It's kind of like, this is what we do, but in a slower pace. I'll just brought that around. So it's kind of, it's a nice way. I've also seen a lot of people watching on TV. There's this, again, it's a kind of a modern idea that you can watch YouTube on TV. So I'm on TV, which is kind of cool and funky. It is kind of abstract and kind of weird, but So a nice little dog there. I'll patch that up later on. So we're going to get into an A5 drawing, and an A5 drawing can be of anything that you wish. Ghosts have been very popular. I might draw another couple of ghosts, but I've kind of got this nice shape in my head, and I'm going to try and see if I can kind of throw it down. My mind kind of works slightly different to other people. You have come up with an image. You come up with a dragon, and you've got this, you might have seen it on some kind of website of somebody's dragon or something like that, and you kind of go away and you draw a dragon. My mind kind of works on shapes. I kind of see shapes, and I kind of see that shape, and that shape sticks in my mind, and I kind of walk around with this shape, and it's kind of like a distorted box. It's a box, but one corner of it has kind of like broken off. It was I think he's taken it away now. It was a box in my garden, a wooden box, and the workman took it away, but it was broken, but the top had come off into a point somehow. And that, I was just thought, what a beautiful shape. And it kind of stuck in my mind, this kind of box in my garden. And it was like, it was an old ornament from somebody who lived here before that just kind of fell apart over time. And I loved the shape of it. And I thought, well, that would make a great character, that kind of shape, So that's kind of a little bit how my mind works. It kind of works very much in shapes. Ooh. Yeah, and then once I start to draw the shape, I start to have characters that come, and I do kind of clearly see a kind of character in my mind. There's no rough drawings here. There's no plan underneath. There's no secret under drawings or anything. It's just about using your mind and using your imagination. And I find that's so much more beautiful. But also a huge thank you for the donations, and thank you for the sales. People have been buying these little drawings, and it has been quite beautiful. These little drawings have really become quite pretty. I think they're quite bizarre sometimes. What does it mean? Who is it? It's like, but it's a really beautiful way for me to open my mind and to do some little drawings. I never thought little drawings would be so popular, but apparently so. Right, so what we've got here, I had this shape, like I said, but the shape was kind of telling me goat. And I know there's a few of you out there that do love a goat. So this is for you, goat people. And I am using a slight flexi pen today, for no technical reason other than I kind of like the color of this pen. I love this kind of turquoisey type color. It is rather delightful. And people have been asking again about, is there an underdrawing? Is there what? How do you plan it? How do you? The honest truth is that I don't plan it, and over the years I've found that planning it kind of makes it a little bit boring. It's that type of driving a fast car type of if you're driving a fast car and you don't know what's coming, it keeps you excited. And that's basically the same principles. It's like, you know, I don't really know what's coming. I don't know if I'm going to spill my ink or going to splash something, or I'm going to draw something that I have no idea how I'm going to deal with. That's why sometimes I put a line like that, exactly like that. I just put a line there to almost put a spanner in the works, as it were. It's like, okay, that's how wide I want the body, and how I'm going to join the body onto the head. Where am I going to put his arms? And that kind of, you know, it kind of adds a bit of fun to the whole kind of adventure. Give him a lovely big beard, as goats do. That's kind of that's a cracking goat. It's a cracking goat. And the nice thing about the little kind of ACOs is the fact that there isn't really I mean, lots of people doing sunsets and bouquets of flowers and stuff like that, which I'm not really into. I mean, I love a sunset and a bouquet of flowers as much as anybody, but I don't really want to draw them. Now, I did have the idea that if I drew a goat, I might have him on a bicycle, but I've left not enough space, so. Or have I? No. Don't chance it, boy. Don't chance it. So what have you been up to? Have you been drawing? I hope so. You know, drawing is the meaning of life. You know that, right? We've talked about that. There's nothing more important in life than artwork and drawing and scribbling and relaxing your mind. And this new kind of venture, I guess, this new kind of direction of drawing all these small drawings has kind of added a nice odd twist to everything. And, you know, it might be the turning point. It might be I mean, because sometimes these trends are the things that make money, you know. It's sometimes a trend will come up and it'll be trend of ACEOs, and then all of a sudden everybody wants one, and then they rush out and they spend their money on your artwork, and fine, it's great. There's other artwork up there. Obviously, I've got lots of prints up there, lots of signed books up there, lots of A4 drawings, which are lovely. Some really nice ones up there. A nice little goat. I quite like him. So the problem with doing your own artwork is that sometimes you kind of fall in love with something, and you find it really difficult to let go and to sell. And one of those, I have to admit, there was one that I did. Was the grumpy fish. I couldn't sell him. I couldn't. I put him on the pile, and every time I picked it up, I was like, "Oh, I love that one. I love that. I can't. No, I can't. I can't let anybody have that one." So yeah, it does happen. I do kind of fall in love with some of my own drawings. Shameful, I know, shameful. But it happens, you know. You sometimes draw things that you just can't let go. It's like having an old jacket that you love that, you know, sometimes difficult to let go of. So there's a lovely little goat. The goat, I will put it up on eBay as well. It will be up there. I'm just trying to... I do think if you're seeing it being drawn, it's kind of like a little bit more like the process of having it done in front of you. Like when you meet somebody and you see them drawing it and you see them signing it, and this will be signed also. It will be, I will sign it on the back, and there's a stamp that I am also putting with it, so you know it is an official artwork that has come through here. And the addition is that you will get the drawing, you will get it painted, you will get it signed, you will get it stamped, which is all amazing anyway, you know, to have something that's official and it's stamped. But you will also have this video. This video will basically be going through as part of the magic, really. You'll have the artwork and it's signed, but you'll also have this video to watch through and see how we put these pieces of artwork together, which I think is a magical addition. You know, a lot of the artwork that I've bought in my life, I have no idea how they made them. It was never stamped, mostly never signed. I think artwork being signed is quite a modern twist. I think it's a modern passion. I think, you know, it's like most of the older artists, especially kind of illustrators and stuff, I don't really remember them signing much. All right, shall we try another one? Let's squeeze in another one. I did enjoy my Dracula. I know it's Halloween. Let's try and get in and do... What about some kind of pumpkin head? See, I mean, the way that these are drawn is basically I think of an idea, or I think of a shape, or I just draw down a line. Each time I draw something will be different, which I love. I honestly love. I love the fact that we don't know until we know. Right, some kind of pumpkin man. And like I said, these will go up. These will be up there for people to go and buy online. And I'm trying to see again. The side of selling a lot of people don't see and don't understand is the fact that, for example, like now I'm doing these tiny artworks on eBay at the moment, just to test that out and see if that works. But the fact is that, you know, once you have bought the envelope and the tissue paper to wrap it, and you've done the drawing on your piece of paper, and you have gone on to upload it onto, and you put up, for example, £5. Okay, you might think, oh, £5 is a lot. But from that £5, I've bought the envelope, I've bought the paper, I've bought the ink, I've bought all of that, and then I've uploaded it. And then once it sells and you send me your £5, eBay will actually take 1/3. So about £1.70 out of £5 they will take away from that. So actually I get, what is it, £2.30? £2.30 for one of those drawings. So I'm not really that kind of eager by the eBay auction style, unless they kind of get to a, I mean, they don't, because eBay has got this kind of well, people go on there to buy a bargain. People go on there to buy things that are cheap. So everybody on eBay is looking for a bargain. So if they see my drawing for £5, the automatic thing is, well, could I have it for £1? It's like, okay, if you have it for £1 and they take 1/3 of it, that means I only get 60p. So, so yes, eBay is fantastic, and it's great to be seen and such. But at the same time, it's quite a lot of work to do the drawing and to go to the post office and to blah 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 for 60p. So that's where you're really trying to put up bigger artwork, and bigger artwork is a little bit more tempting, a little bit more exciting, but at the same time you might make more money from it. But I'm not really convinced that there is eBay is the right way for bigger artwork. There must be better routes, and if there's something that you can think of, then please let me know. I'm tempting to go along the route of selling them through my web page, but I haven't really worked out the logistics of it as yet. Unless I did it online like this and then said, it's kind of like, it's Dracula, it's Dracula. It's £1, £1, going, £2, £2, £2.50, any more, £3, £3. Oh, £50. Oh, £1 million sold, £1 million. Do I do it like? So yeah, I'm working on some ideas. Obviously, I would love for my work to be seen and bought and loved and framed. I would love these little things to get a frame. As I have framed some of my little drawings. I'm actually going to take it down and show you. This is one of my treasured possessions, and it is a tiny little frame. Look at that. Isn't that a very simple but very beautiful drawing? And that was drawn by Don Martin, and it was mounted and framed, and it hangs on my wall in my studio, and I absolutely love it. Every morning I walk into the kitchen, I walk past that door, I look at that picture every morning, and it lifts my heart every single morning to see that. So if you can imagine one of my little drawings like a little witch kind of being framed on your wall. But it's an uplifting inspiration. That's what it is. Hang it back up. So I'm going to draw a little kind of pumpkin man. kind of got this idea of him dancing. But it would be lovely to, if you do buy it and you do frame it, do send me a picture, please. I would love to. I would love to see what you have done with my drawings. If you do frame them and stuff like that, I would love to be able to share it with everybody here. Send me a picture and I'll put it up in some kind of gallery or something. As I've framed very important pieces for myself, I have them around me in my studio, and as I walk into that, breathing in the inspiration from others. And a lot of those others have died and left us, and some of them are very old now. A lot of the great artists are very, very old. I think Gerald Scarfe and Ralph Steadman and people like that, I think they're like 80, you know, which is amazing. And I'm glad that they're both still with us, but we have lost people like Ronald Searle, died in about 10 years ago, I believe. And what a terrible, terrible, terrible loss. I mean, one of the artists that I still love to sit and look at their books and still look at their artwork as a student, you know. I look at Ronald Searle's books of drawings and I feel like I am not worthy. I am not worthy, you know, that type of thing. So yes, I bought one of the books that I hadn't bought, and I will show it. Actually, I will do a video on my favorite book maybe, and share it with everybody. But it just remains one of those type of artists that I just constantly keep going back to look at and thinking, how beautiful. The line work and the subject and the expressions just fill me with love. They do. They really fill me with love. And I think you need that. You need that from other artists. You need to have that kind of respect and love for other artists. I feel like it does help you develop your style as well. I have learned so much from looking at what Ronald Searle has done. So you have a dancing pumpkin, man. That's kind of funny. So he will be going up on eBay this week. But also, I mean, use this channel as a dialogue between you and me. If there is something, there was a guy who actually bought one of my fish and said that he loves fishing and he can't wait to frame it and hang it on his wall. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. So if you really, if you love, I don't know, hamsters, then then get me to draw you a hamster or whatever, you know. Badgers. Huh? I haven't drawn badgers, have I? Badgers would be a good one. So I'm going to leave these two drawings with you today, and I will sign the back, and I will get these up for you to purchase. I'm not usually a salesman, but since I've been doing this eBay auction, it's kind of, I see that I really probably should do it a little bit more. I am terrible at selling. In most cases, I just don't want to part with them. I don't want to part with my goat already, you know. Oh, he's such a lovely goat. So the end of today's drawing, and I do want to say a huge thank you for donations, and thank you for the sales this week. And also thank you to the 48,033 people that are now following me every month. Over 48,000. So I'm looking for that big 50. I'm looking for that big 50,000. I'm looking to be jumping around on one of these up and coming videos saying, hey, 50,000. So if you want to be part of that 50,000, get over there and hit that button. Hit that subscribe button. So hit that like button. I think it's also close to 200 new subscribers this month. Close to 200 people subscribed this week. So that is your two drawings. You have the absolute gorgeous little goat who's looking rather kind of grumpy or confused. He looks more confused, doesn't he? Confused goat. What am I doing today? And you have the Halloween pumpkin head, which is a perfect timing for Halloween, which is coming up rapidly. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for giving me half an hour to chat. It was a beautiful morning. Have a great day, and get on over to eBay and see what's going on. See what little goodies are coming up. There's lots there. You've got the Pumpkin Man that's going up this week. You've got the goat that's going up this week. You've got the Dracula that's going up this week, and a whole bunch of more that I showed you earlier on. So I will see you soon for some more drawing. Thank you very much for all your love and support. You're greatly appreciated. Every single one of that 48,033 people. Kisses. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye-bye.